Cats, what's happening?
Happy New Year. Today is January 1st. How are all you beautiful people? I hope you had a happy, safe New Year.
We're having a wonderful New Year. It is New Year's Day, and we had a wonderful evening last night. Of course, we didn't stay up till midnight. We're not those kind of people anymore, but we did have fun. We went to our local supermarket and bought a sushi tray, and with that we got some pot stickers, and we had a nice little sushi dinner, which was kind of enjoyable, something different. V was supposed to get her third chemo treatment the day after Christmas, so but with that being right at the holidays, you know, we were like, good grief, can we have a break?
Well, I was so sick. I had 3 weeks of just nausea and unable to eat, and even the thought of liquid passing my lips made me go into heaving. So I was kind of happy when they said, well, let's give you a break so you build yourself back up. I think the drugs are just so strong for me.
So you're feeling pretty good now.
My appetite is good, and I'm able to drink things again. And
so what we did was, well, since she's feeling better and she wanted to do something today, so we said, okay. I said, well, it depends on what you're up to doing. Well, she thought she wanted to take a walk today because,
it's been a while.
It's been a long time since we've taken a walk. We're going to take a walk up here in Boston Mills, somewhere in that area, and there's a bike trail that runs pretty straight here, so we'll see how far up there we can go, huh? In case you didn't realize it, we're filming with the brand new GoPro 7 today. I don't have my mic adapter yet, so we're just using the built-in mic that's on the camera, and I'm not sure how the audio is going to come out on this. I've heard that it could be a little muffled, but we'll find out when we produce this movie. By the end of the week, we should have the mic kit, be able to get the mic up and running on this, so we'll have good quality sound with the windsock, so we don't get the wind roar in the video. This trail is like an all-purpose trail, a bicycle trail, I guess. It runs pretty smooth. These things are old railroad right-of-ways that they transform into pedestrian or bicycle trails. But everything to the west of us here is all national park property, and it's all wilderness area. I worked up here many years ago, and there used to be trails back in there that I was assigned to maintain, and we always had stories of Sasquatch being back in there because there were some weird things going on. You'd hike back in there by yourself, and it was always something that would be scary. One time, though, a co-worker was back in there, and this is a true story too. He came out of the trail, and he was just white as a ghost. He was scared to death, and I was like, "What the heck's wrong with you?" Well, he said he was back in there hiking, and he said a mountain lion came out and jumped out in front of him onto the trail, looked at him, wagged its tail, and then took off into the woods. A full-grown lion. So nobody believed him, but there were lots of stories of a lion in this area back then, and this was in probably the mid-70s. So it was my theory that the Richfield Coliseum used to be close to here, and they used to have the circus there.
Oh.
And I thought, well, maybe one of the lions got away from the people at the circus or something. But that was the case there. That was his story, whether it was believable or not. Now, I don't think there's, even if it was a lion back then, it's probably non-existent at this point. Like anywhere around here, these rural wilderness areas get surrounded by housing and all kinds of residential neighborhoods. They tend to box in the wilderness, so you see less and less of the crazy wild stuff that once was here. A little windy last night. Some storm damage.
I think they said the winds were like 50 miles an hour last night.
Yeah, it was real windy. We could hear the wind roaring outside the windows. Power went out last night just for, you know, a little bit. Didn't stay off. A little nippy today, 30s, mid-30s. So,
at home it said it was 38. I don't know what it is here.
yeah. My hands are a little cold. I could have used some gloves. My wife's always thinking. Well, I don't know how many miles we walked, but it had to be at least 3 miles, huh?
Oh, I lost my cell service. I had my walk going, and next thing I know, my phone was dead.
Yeah, we lost all of our phone power. It was like our cell phones were searching or something. Anyway, we're back almost to the parking lot here. This area here, I don't know if you can see, like there's a stone wall down here. It runs along this edge here. Golly, it had to be many, many years ago that I helped build that. This particular parking lot project was one of my first construction projects that I was assigned to. So that would have been, oh my gosh, 25 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. This bike trail was already here, but this intersection and this connection up to the parking lot was not here. And this is part of what was part of the job that I was doing. When we built this parking lot up here, we started digging the soil to put the base down for the parking lot and realized that at one time, many, many years ago, part of an old railroad came through here, and it was actually a trolley that went all the way to Akron and back. So we found some remnants of that, and somewhere across the railroad tracks here was a bridge, an old steel trestle-like bridge that no longer exists. But a little bit of interesting history. So this whole parking lot project was one of my very first that I was ever assigned to.
Of course I'll keep up with what's going on in the metro parks.
Good job, V. Good job. Now back to the Silverado. Get ourselves warmed up, huh?